Hey guys, I hope everybody's good out there in the world and welcome back to another episode of my blog. And in this week, I'll be talking to you guys about my little short trip to New Orleans, Louisiana, and exciting things about it. But before that, I just want to say that I'm very sorry that I haven't posted really that much of content. But again, I'm still taking my last few classes of my bachelor's, so I'm almost done. And because last week I had a final, Thursday, July 3rd, I couldn't upload pretty much anything. I was just really studying on it. And then, I took the short trip to New Orleans, and it was really amazing. Unfortunately, it was short. I really wish it was, a little bit longer, at least 3 whole days. But it's all right. I did enjoy the city, and it was really interesting to look at and reflect at the history of it, right? I think New Orleans or Louisiana itself has a diversity. So like I was telling my parents, Louisiana was part of France back then in history, about the 1800s or even before that. It was part of the France, and the French, they sold it to the United States. I think it was in the 1700s. Yeah, it was way before that. So they sold it to the United States, and it became the Louisiana Purchase thing. And so it became part of the United States, and it became a slave state, and it has like the white settlers are known as Cajuns, and some people, or maybe not even, maybe they don't really come from French people, all of them, but the people that come from French settlers that were there before it became part of the United States, they're known as Cajuns, right? So, and even some people still have like the last name that sounds like French, and some people even still speak French. Unfortunately, not a lot of people, but yeah, some people still speak French there. And then became a slave state. Louisiana became a slave state, and the black people are known as Creoles, and then the white people are known as Cajuns, which are really important. And then also there's a mixture of things, so that's a good thing about Louisiana. It has a lot of history, diversity, like I said. And what I really enjoy, though, it was the way that you just walk around downtown and you feel like you're walking back in time, because there's still buildings that are old, still maintained there, like really old, And what I also enjoyed was the food, the gumbo food. Like, if you're gonna go to Louisiana, you gotta try gumbo food, especially if you go to New Orleans. You gotta try gumbo. You gotta try the Café du Monde. I don't know how to pronounce that. And you gotta eat those things. I did really wanted to eat gator meat, but unfortunately I just couldn't buy the gator meat, but they sell gator meats. Gators and alligators, are really prevalent in Louisiana. They're really known there, especially because it has swamps, lakes. But yeah, I really enjoy the walking and strolling in downtown, and also the food there. So yeah, it was pretty nice. I also enjoyed like the lake that we went swimming to. It was really nice, and like I said, I really wanted to go spend a little bit more time there, because I really wanted to go see the Bourbon Street, because it's a street that is well known for its clubs and nightlife, a little bit more crazy, but maybe next time, who knows. But yeah, I'm gonna be sharing with you some interesting facts along the way in a blog. And if you like the video, please like and subscribe, because I'll still be sharing some blogs there, and maybe not weekly, but I'll try my best. I'll be sharing shorts as well. So, and if you like it, and if you have questions, just comment down below. I'll also be, like I said, sharing some quick facts about it. And yeah, thanks. So yeah, the trip was pretty long. Like I said, it was like 5 to 6 hours on the road trip, if you add stops and stuff like that. But as you can see, this is around Lake Charles, and we were just passing through. the waters that you see around, because I think Houston and like, well, Texas and Louisiana, they were built on like swampy lands, lakes near that, the bayous and stuff like that. So you just see a bunch of water, and the bridges that we have to go through. And I think here we were going through, getting close to New Orleans and going through a bridge. It's pretty tall bridges, by the way, actually. And because of that, we're both states are like near water, the Gulf of, which I don't know if you want to call it America or Mexico. I really don't care. But the Gulf, there's cargo ships and things coming in. So as soon as we got to New Orleans, we went to check out the hotel, check in, and then we decided to go swim around, try to find a lake to swim, because I know New Orleans doesn't really have a beach, but I knew that we had to go, there was like a lake to swim on. And as we were going, we were watching these fancy houses, expensive houses right in the city of New Orleans, and we were going actually to a park first. So we were assuming that these houses were pretty much from like middle or actually upper class, the way they were built, or like some had the classic style of like the 1800s or early 1900s, but it was really interesting to go through there. And we spent a little time at the park, and then I finally found a lake to swim that was open, especially because it was 4th of July. We knew it was going to be super busy out there on the parks and stuff like that. So I found a lake nearby Matabild. And the interesting thing is that to get to that little side of Matabild, you have to drive a bridge, the longest bridge in the world that is continuous over water, and that bridge is called the Lake Pontchartrain Causeway Bridge. It's super long. It's like 24 miles. I don't know the kilometers, but man, it was super long. It's like it takes you like over 30 minutes just to cross it. So my mom really wanted to go swim, so we were like, okay, well, let's just go over there. But like I said, we spent a little time at the park on here in New Orleans, which is this one here, right? You can see the lake here, but you can't swim on it, unfortunately. It's just like a park to walk, jog. And here we were like crossing that bridge. We didn't expect it, to be honest, to be that long. But once we got to the park that we can swim in the lake, it was really nice. The water was warm. Everything was it was packed full of people, but you see the people there swimming and stuff. So guys, I don't know if you can see that thing all the way over there. It's a bridge, and it's the world's longest continuous bridge, actually. It's really interesting. So we spent some time there at the lake, and then it was getting late, and we wanted to see the fireworks. Again, we had to do like a bunch of things, drive around, because we wanted to it was a short period of time. We wanted to see the fireworks show as well. So we went back to the hotel, changed, and went back to like the city, the main downtown city area that you see here. Man, I never been to this live city, but it is nice. Like, I love walking through cities at night, especially on the weekends when there's like a lot of people, and especially when there's an event going on like 4th of July. And we went to watch the fireworks. A bunch of people were there, and it was really nice. It lasted like, I'll say like 20 minutes of fireworks exploding, but it was super nice. I really enjoyed the work. As you can see here, a lot of people walking. They even have a casino, Caesar Casino. So I think casinos are permitted there. And it's super nice. I love these type of cities, to be honest. I love these type of things where you can just walk around.
first time I've been to drop me in too, cause that would be a really nice thing for him to do.
Man, the nightlife there was super lit. Like I said, I wish I could have stayed a little bit longer and go to Bourbon Street, the one that is really more famous or like more known to nightlife. But I was getting happy. I was getting lit. I was telling my parents that I just want to stay here a little bit more. But obviously, you have to be precautious and think about, certainly, especially, in a city you don't really know that well. But I did enjoy it. A lot of people seemed lit. And so, yeah, that was it for the night. And then the next morning, we went to the city, like I said, walking through the historical sites. And, you could just get that feeling of, like, going and walking back in time. And just seeing there. And this is called the San Cathedral of Louis the King. And there's, like, a little museum there. I'll show you guys later, like, a little later in the video. But it's pretty big, pretty nice. We didn't really went inside the cathedral, just on the museum. And as you can see there was historical things, the history of Louisiana, the French and stuff like that. I mean, it has a long history, like I said. It's a really long history. Welcome to General Lafayette. Oh, well. So a quick interesting fact, that place that we read, like where we were at, looking at the history of it and little art pieces, was burned down in 1988 due to an accident, but they restored it. And they also have now like a history of a artist that was born there, famous for his blue dog paintings. And it was really interesting. Actually, I really enjoyed the blue dog. And then a gumbo, obviously, you had to try gumbo, the blue dog. And then the next day, well, actually later on, we went to the city park. It had also like a place of statues, interesting, just to walk, like at nature. I really enjoyed it as well. It was really nice. Like I said, it was a short period of time, but, I feel like I got to see a good amount of things. We spent the afternoon here at the city park, and we just went back to the hotel at night and packed our things and went on the next morning. But I really will recommend the city to visit, and I actually got a memory.